Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about one story from my book, IMPACT Coaching Guidebook. This is a guidebook for the coaches who would like to coach others and transform themselves, or self-coaching also. Like if you would like to transform yourself, you would also can read about this book, like systematically with a structure which I proposed called IMPACT. Impact is the abbreviation of IMPACT, and I have observed that this particular structure helps individuals to become better at coaching. Now, I would like to read out a story, what I've written in the book, story number 20. It's about Andre Carnegie. Everybody knows about Andre Carnegie and how this impact, with the lens of the impact, how it can be used. Impact on steel. He's the steel baron in the olden days, and how he has transformed himself. Like if we look at the impact approach and how this impact has helped him, it's a similar type of structure. Need not be impact, but these footprints are there. He was an immigrant. If you know that he was an immigrant, and nobody in the city of giants, but deep within him burned a fire that would one day reshape an industry. That boy was Andre Carnegie. He did not inherit wealth or prestige. He earned them through sheer decision and unbreakable will and belief in something greater than himself. Very important point, belief system, and that is an important element in our coaching journey. We as a coach need to really identify the footprint of this belief system. His unbreakable will and belief, his journey from penniless factory worker to a mastermind behind the Carnegie Steel Company was not just about business. It was about mindset, strategy, execution, and legacy, the very essence of the impact framework. That's what I want to highlight this. It's about the mindset and systematically taking actions to really transform that vision, whatever we set for. The first pillar of the impact coaching is about the inspire awareness and identity, self-reflection and understanding the strength, because all of us is God gifted. All of us has a certain trait, certain skill, certain knowledge which is God has given unique to us, and we need to identify that. Now, in same with Carnegie, he was learning, observing, connecting the dots other missed in the factory floor. Self-awareness propelled him forward. He saw beyond his station, recognizing that sharp mind and ambition could take him further than the factory floor. Just a floor worker, factory floor worker. And he refused to lament his lack of formal education, instead devouring knowledge, treating every encounter as a lesson. One evening, as a telegraph machine clicked urgently, Carnegie swiftly decoded a message before his superior even glanced it, that impressed Thomas Scott, a railroad tycoon, saw potential in him. That moment set him on a path of an ordinary worker to a strategic thinker in the business world. So the inspiration can be an everyday issue, like where you can able to really trace that, like what is that is inside that which is actually firing, what you are here for, what you would like to aspire to, what is that would like to contribute, what is you have made for. This is something introspective question we as a coach, as a self coach, we need to really identify. We are here to do a great job for the mankind, and what is that, how, all those questions can help us to really identify like what contribution we can make for the mankind. Next thing is the mindset and mastery shift, overcoming limiting belief and strategic thinking. Every one of us has some kind of a limitation, some kind of a barrier, some kind of a thought process barrier. It could be fear, it could be like anxiety, it could be like a negative thought process are already there. We need to identify those, and we need to really work upon to really overcome those limited belief system. Now, same with Andre Carnegie. He had a growth mindset. He immersed himself in learning about iron and steel, understanding how the innovation could rewrite the rule of the construction. He placed bold bets, investing in iron bridge when skeptics clung to outdated wooden structure. He was not reckless. He was calculated, studying the future when others stayed bound by the past. When war broke out, Carnegie doubled down on steel production, believing infrastructure would drive the next economic era. He gambled, paid off, setting the stage for his empire. It is not a gifted, it is not a lucky process. It is a systematic way of identifying the opportunities. Now, if we really search for those opportunities, like constantly calculating, constantly working upon this, obviously we will find it. Now, what is that we are looking for? What we would like to do? That is what the first and foremost equation, where individuals sometimes missed out. They are relaxed, they are settled down, they are under complacent. That's what sometimes our limitations are. But if we aspire to do great thing, then obviously we will figure it out. We will work out, we will read out, we will really work upon this. Purpose-driven goals and strategy. That's the North Star, which is actually driving individuals to really do the big things. things. Carnegie was not just making money, he was reshaping cities, industries, and future. That is what the great moment, like when you aspire to do a great thing, identifying your potential and work towards that, great thing will happen. With the clear goals, he introduced cost saving method, making steel an accessible foundation for expansion. Profit mattered, but legacy mattered more. What you would be remembered for? That's one of the greatest questions we ask as a coach. Like, what is that you have been doing, working on, which is actually a memorable or actually everlasting impact? That will drive, that's the real drive, that will actually take you to the north star. The completion of the Brooklyn Bridge in 1880 was not just architectural triumph, it was a symbolic of Carnegie's foresight in betting on steel as a backbone of a modern civilization. That's the purpose he has set, and that's what he has been drive upon, that's what he has been working upon to really create a lasting impact. Action, accountability, and adaptability, pillar of an impact coaching. The steel mill was beast, the furnace roaring, consumption iron spitting out beams that would shape the America. But efficiency was the key. He walked into the factory floor, eyes scanning every movement, identifying the waste and refining process. It's about the action and accountability. What is that actually you are trying to change? And adaptability. He demand better, faster, cheaper production without sacrificing quality. Holding himself and his manager ruthless standard, he has shaped rapid execution. As the technology advanced, he did not resist. He did a charge, always staying ahead of the competition. This is about adaptability. Like, to achieve greater, to achieve something bigger, we need to be taking action and accountable and really adaptive to this modern world. And next thing is the connection and collaboration growth. You alone cannot really do the great things. You need people. Like, he understood that success was amplified through collaboration. He recruited top talent, investing in a continuous learning. Even in the era of brutal industry, his workers saw him as someone who understood both ambition and humanity. By fostering partnership and empowering teams, he ensured his company not just surviving, it was innovating. We need to also build a talent about attracting talent, collaborating with the talent, and really create a common pool, like where individuals can really help each other. So the connection and collaboration is one of the vital impact in our coaching journey to transform ourselves. So the last one is transform and thrive, where we need to really see that, like, are our actions are really yielding results? Are you really growing? He believed fortune should serve humanity, not just individual. Transforming from industrialist to philanthropist, he became a world most famous patron, libraries, universities, peace initiative. Selling Carnegie Steel for $480 million was not an end, it was beginning. So you need to thrive. Like, whatever actions you are taking, it has to yield result for the mankind. So that's what you will get inspiration, that's what you actually constantly drive, that's what actually you really move forward. So from the coaching start, like, what is that actually, why I'm reading these stories, like how this reading can help me as a coach, like to become a better coach. Now, to really retrospect on these stories, the foremost is develop self-awareness, identify your unique strength, shift your mindset, turn failure into learning experience. Are you really doing it? Are you really doing it on a daily basis? Are you really finding the opportunity when you have done this last time? That's the question. Define your purpose, align your goal with a bigger vision. Like, what is this great thing you would like to do, and why not? Why not? Execute with a precision, make decision and adapt quickly, because that's how you learn. You'll fail, you learn. Like, what is that latest failure you have done? What is that latest learning you have done in your own context? Build strong teams. Who are your collaborator? Who are you helping? Who are you actually supporting you? Success is amplified through collaborations. And then create lasting impact. Wealth and success mean nothing without legacy. Now, when you follow this impact model and systematically work upon this and really create a kind of a roadmap on a daily basis in your notebook, definitely you are going to really grow. Now, this impact coaching guidebook is going to help you to really understand all those footprints and how you can apply this in your own context and become a better at whatever you are aspire to, and help others through this systematic approach. You help others and help them to become better at. Thank you so much for listening to me, and read this impact coaching guidebook.